really just to show the breadth of humanity, that exists within these underrepresented groups, complicated characters, maybe even flawed characters. I'm Randall Park, and I play Timmy.
I'm Melissa Fumero. I play Eliza.
I'm Vanessa Ramos. I'm the creator and showrunner of Blockbuster. One of our producers, John Fox, he bought the rights to Blockbuster. And he came to me and David Casp, who I had worked with on Keenan, and was like, would you guys want to develop a workplace comedy set in Blockbuster? And that was like all it took. And I was like, yes, like workplace comedy, I'm going to do that. And it was somewhere, no matter what. So Blockbuster was the dream. There was a town called Ironmount, Michigan that I had found like in kind of searching that kind of inspired it. And there was a big sign when you drive in, it says like home of, and there's like a famous like high school football coach and famous like basketball coach. And I was like, this feels like the size of the town that this would exist in. And so ours is called Iron Creek. Timmy was written in the original pitch as Randall Park, just because like he's kind of who I heard in my head in terms of how he hits jokes and his delivery on things. And he's like, even when I think other like actors could play it kind of like losery, he's just like winning and you're kind of always on his side.
For me, I really identify with the character of Timmy, and I think I used a lot of my own kind of worldview when it came to Timmy, because he is very much an analog person, kind of holding on to the past and the simplicity of the past, and that really rings true to me. So I definitely feel like I brought that into what was already written about Timmy, and it really connected me to the character.
I knew the creator of the show from my previous show, Brooklyn Nine-Nine. I was a big fan of hers. I was a big fan of Randall's. And the whole concept of a show being set in like the last Blockbuster was just very fun and appealing idea to me. When I read the pilot, I just thought Eliza was such an interesting character that would be so fun to play and connect with.
It wasn't like intentionally cast as diverse, but I think it was a side effect of like having a Latina showrunner. I wrote, the characters are based mostly on people from my life, and that's what my life looks like. Connie is based on my mom, and then Carlos is based on a kid I grew up in San Antonio with who learned English from like movies and Cypress Hill albums. Like it's a little bit, I'm like, I think when you have like this sort of perspective, it looks a bit different.
For me personally, I just want to see more Latinos in stories that aren't necessarily about our immigration status or, certain like hot topics, because it's just about minorities or people that we don't see as often in media just taking up space.
Really just to show the breadth of humanity, that exists within these underrepresented groups, complicated characters, maybe even flawed characters, like these are all things that are still, they shouldn't be, but they're still kind of groundbreaking in a way when you see them, So hopefully we just get more of that.
Carlos has printed out the test for Hannah to take the practice test. And she's like, oh, is that the Bennigan's menu? Do they have baked potato soup? And like, that's something I think about a lot because I'm still mourning the loss of the San Antonio Bennigan's.